The spotlight on America's Got Talent has always been a double-edged sword. For every glittering confetti drop and standing ovation, there is a story left untold in the wings. For 8 years, Darci Lynn Farmer was the smiling face of that paradox, the petite ventriloquist from Oklahoma, with the powerhouse voice and the quiet rabbit, Petunia. She was the $1 million winner, the golden buzzer miracle, and the youngest victor in the show's long history. But in a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, the 20-year-old has traded her puppet for a lawsuit. And the target isn't just the show's production company, it's one of the most powerful judges to ever sit behind the desk. According to sealed court documents obtained by entertainment legal reporters in late 2024, Darci Lynn Farmer has filed a civil complaint alleging severe emotional distress, professional exploitation, and repeated verbal harassment. The lawsuit does not name the full ensemble of judges, but singles out a specific individual described as a long-tenured head judge with creative control over contestants' trajectories. For a fan base that watched her grow up on screen, the news feels like a betrayal of the fairy tale. The girl who once made America believe in the magic of a child, and her dummy is now revealing what the camera never showed: the price of that magic. To understand the weight of this lawsuit, we must return to the beginning. Darci Lynn Farmer was born in 2004 in Oklahoma City, a self-described, painfully shy child who could barely make eye contact with her own classmates. Singing was her secret solace, but the terror of performing froze her voice. That changed when she discovered ventriloquism at a local church talent show. It was an epiphany. She could hide behind a felt character while expressing her truest self. By the time she was 12, she was practicing for 6 hours a day, her lips glued still while her diaphragm projected operatic notes. Her parents, Clark and Misty, homeschooled her to accommodate her obsession, a decision that would later become a point of contention in legal filings, as it effectively isolated her from normal social development. Her 2017 AGT audition is the stuff of legend. Dressed in a cowgirl costume with her rabbit Petunia, she performed Summertime from Porgy and Bess. The result was instant electricity. Simon Cowell called it one of the most extraordinary things I have ever seen. Mel B slammed the golden buzzer, sending her directly to the live shows. Darci didn't just win that season, she dominated it, becoming the first ventriloquist to win the competition in a decade. Overnight, she was a brand. NBC greenlit a holiday special, Darci Lynn My Hometown Christmas, featuring Pentatonix and Toby Keith. She headlined a 52-city tour before she could drive a car. By all external metrics, the dream was real. But the lawsuit alleges that behind the velvet ropes, a very different story was unfolding. The complaint describes a system of control initiated shortly after her win. The unnamed judge, whom sources close to the production have strongly hinted, is a male British executive with a history of blunt critiques, allegedly began dictating not just her act, but her physical appearance, her interview answers, and even her social media posts. According to a witness statement included in the filing, the judge once told the then 13-year-old, "You're a puppet yourself now. Do what you're told, and you'll be rich. Fight it, and you'll disappear." This alleged dynamic created a fracture that would widen for years. While the public saw a grateful prodigy, Darci was reportedly fighting a quiet war over her artistic identity. She wanted to age out of the child ventriloquist niche, to put down the rabbit and pick up a guitar. She wanted to sing without the dummy, but every time she proposed a mature setlist or a solo vocal performance, she was met with resistance. The lawsuit claims the judge in question would mock her attempts in front of crew members, saying things like, "Nobody paid to see a plain girl sing. They paid to see the freakish kid with the toy." These comments, the filing alleges, caused severe and lasting psychological harm, including anxiety attacks before every taping and a diagnosed eating disorder that emerged when she was 15. The breaking point appears to have come during the 2023 AGT Fantasy League spin-off. Darci, now legally an adult, decided to perform without her puppets. She walked onto the stage with just a microphone and sang a haunting cover of Jolene. The performance was technically flawless, yet the judge's feedback was tepid. Simon Cowell called it brave but risky, while Heidi Klum noted she missed the rabbit. But the lawsuit alleges that the off-camera reaction from the specific judge was far more damaging. According to the complaint, the judge approached her in her dressing room after the show and screamed that she had wasted a slot that could have gone to a real act. He allegedly threatened to use his producer influence to ensure she never worked on NBC again. For 4 years, Darci had smiled through this treatment. She had been raised to be polite, to be grateful, to never burn a bridge in Hollywood. But the Fantasy League incident became a catalyst. In early 2024, she quietly hired a boutique law firm specializing in entertainment abuse cases. Her legal team spent months gathering depositions from former stage managers, talent coordinators, and even a fellow contestant who witnessed the dressing room tirade. When the lawsuit was finally filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, it was a 45-page document alleging breach of fiduciary duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and violation of California's child performer labor laws, specifically regarding mandated breaks in educational time, which Darci claims were routinely ignored. The timing of the lawsuit is critical. It lands during a moment of intense scrutiny for reality TV talent shows. Just 2 years prior, AGT was rocked by the horrifying case of Jonathan Goodwin, a stunt performer who was left permanently paralyzed after a deadly car crush stunt gone wrong during rehearsals for AGT Extreme. Goodwin's lawsuit, which settled for an undisclosed sum in 2023, exposed a culture of prioritizing shocking footage over safety protocols. Then there was the 2018 wrongful death case of Morwenna Allen, a 79-year-old wheelchair user who died after production staff allegedly blocked accessible ramps, causing her to fall. And in 2022, a separate lawsuit accused former host Tyra Banks of physically yanking a child contestant's hair during a rehearsal. Each case chipped away at the show's wholesome veneer. Darci Lynn's case is different. It isn't about a stunt gone wrong or a physical injury. It is about the psychological architecture of child stardom. It asks a question the industry has long avoided: when a child wins a talent show, who actually owns their voice? For Darci, the lawsuit is an attempt to reclaim ownership. In a rare unguarded moment during a 2024 podcast interview, before the suit was filed, she said, "I spent years being told what to say, what to wear, what to feel. I'm not angry. I'm just done pretending." That line has since become a rallying cry on social media, where the hashtags #JusticeForDarci and #Detoxic trended for 3 consecutive days. The fallout has been swift and polarized. NBC and Fremantle, the production company behind AGT, issued a boilerplate statement. "America's Got Talent is committed to the well-being of all its contestants. We dispute these claims and look forward to presenting our side in court." The named judge, whom we are not legally naming here due to the ongoing litigation, has not publicly commented, though a representative denied all allegations in a statement to industry trade publications, calling the lawsuit a regrettable and revisionist history of a mutually beneficial professional relationship. But the court of public opinion is already deliberating. Fans have excavated old clips looking for clues. They point to a 2019 live show where a visibly exhausted Darci stumbled over a line, something she never did, and the camera cut to the judge in question rolling his eyes. Others recall a 2021 interview where Darci subtly said, "I used to think winning was the end. Now I know it was just the beginning of the hard part." At the time, audiences interpreted it as the wisdom of a young artist. Now, it reads like a confession. Darci herself has retreated from the spotlight, canceling a planned summer tour and deleting most of her Instagram photos. Those close to her say she is living quietly outside Nashville, writing original music that she hopes to release independently, regardless of the lawsuit's outcome. She has not touched a puppet in over a year. The silence is deafening for those who remember the girl who made her rabbit sing jazz. But perhaps that is the point. For the first time in her life, Darci Lynn Farmer is not throwing her voice. She is using her own This legal battle is likely to drag on for years, buried in deposition hearings and summary judgment motions. But regardless of the financial verdict, Darci has already won something more valuable than the $1 million prize. She has broken the silence that the entertainment industry relies upon to protect its powerful. She has shown that the nice girl from Oklahoma has a spine of steel, and she has forced millions of viewers to ask themselves the uncomfortable question when we applaud a child on television: are we celebrating talent, or are we complicit in a system that consumes youth? The curtain has been pulled back. Behind the golden buzzer and the falling confetti, there was a girl fighting to keep her soul intact. Now, at 20, Darci Lynn is no longer fighting for a trophy. She is fighting for the truth, and for the first time, she is speaking without a puppet in her hand.